Last time, we talked about the collapse of the Roman Empire, which was predetermined by an excess of cheap labor. This led to unprecedented unemployment and ultimately a loss of purpose for entire generations. But what if I told you that history is repeating itself? Today, artificial intelligence and robots are becoming our new slaves, threatening the very same outcome. Are you ready to see how this is happening right now? Once upon a time, human skill was our greatest value. In ancient Rome, the master artisan Titus took pride in his craft. His hands created beauty and useful things. He was not just a worker, but a creator. He passed his workshop down through his family, along with his skill. His labor fed his family, and his mastery gave him purpose and respect. And in our time, Mark took pride in his corporate job. He was a specialist. His place in the world was clearly defined. He was part of a large, complex mechanism where every cog seemed indispensable. He provided for his family, and his career gave him status, respect, and a sense of security. But progress doesn't ask permission. It simply arrives. For Titus, progress came in the form of cheap labor, slaves. They didn't need years of training. They didn't require wages. Their labor was primitive, but incredibly inexpensive. Titus's skill no longer mattered. It simply couldn't compete with the price. For Mark, progress came in the form of artificial intelligence. It didn't need years of training. It didn't require a salary. It worked around the clock, without breaks. Mark's experience no longer mattered. It simply couldn't compete with efficiency. And the descent began. For both of them, Titus couldn't find work. A proud artisan, he was forced to take the lowest skilled labor. But even that wasn't enough. His family began to starve. Eventually, they had to sell their home to survive. Mark was laid off. He couldn't find a new job. His skills became useless. He had to settle for a delivery job. But even in that sector, he saw robots replacing him. He had to hand over his home to the bank. They both lost everything that gave them a sense of security and pride. And then came the solution. From the state. The Romans were given bread. They were fed. They were given circuses to keep them from thinking about their lost purpose. They were satisfied, but their souls were empty. They lost their skill, their independence, their dignity. They were just spectators living on handouts. Mark was given basic income. He was fed. He can pay his rent. But he no longer works. He is not a creator, not a cog in the system. He is simply a consumer living on handouts. He spends his days scrolling through endless news feeds, seeking comfort in virtual worlds while his real life stagnates. They are separated by centuries, but their stories are one and the same. What is the price of progress? It is not money or goods. It is the human soul. Because when you take away a person's labor, you take away their purpose. And then they become merely a spectator. Are we truly destined to repeat the path of Rome, only wearing stylish VR goggles? If you liked this reflection and aren't afraid to look into the future, subscribe to the Echoes of Tomorrow channel. We break down the sharpest and most frightening scenarios to understand how we can avoid them. What do you think about the fate of Titus and Mark? Share your opinion in the comments below.